The Nigerian economy has been a downward slide for years, with many fiscal and monetary policies by successive governments unable to change the trend. Senator Ned Nwoko believes the stagnation is majorly caused by high interest rates. He says a good way to start is for the federal government to lower bank interest rates, which he said has made it extremely difficult for Nigerian citizens to borrow to invest and produce enough to stimulate the Nigerian economy.
So Nigerians are quite enterprising. There are many people who want to manufacture, who want to produce locally, because we are blessed with all the resources. We are blessed with all the weather that you can think of, because what doesn't grow in the north grows in the south, and vice versa. But how can they produce? How can they manufacture when perhaps in the long term it is cheaper to import? Because the banks are not lending.
The federal lawmaker frowns at a monetary policy that seems to allow an unhealthy competition between the naira, the dollar, and other foreign currencies.
We have introduced something that does not make any economic sense. This is the idea that we should have a parallel market. No other country has a parallel market. We have basically legalized illegality.
The Delta State-born senator says Nigeria, and indeed other French West African countries, must begin to assert their economic sovereignty by placing their currencies ahead of foreign currencies. Perhaps even more radical in the solutions offered by Nwoko for economic freedom is a call on the federal government to keep the management of its foreign reserves within its shores.
The money that we have in America as our exchange reserve is managed by two banks, I think. And they pay us little interest on it, of about 2%, I think. And that money is used to do business in America. They are giving loans and facilities to Americans. It is used to run the American economy. And it's not just about Nigeria, it's also about all the other black African countries. The French African countries have their own foreign reserves in France. And it runs into hundreds of billions. And it's used by the French to sustain their own economy. In the meantime, we cannot lend to our people.
Nwoko is not particularly comfortable with the current zeal to shore up revenues through multiple taxations. He therefore advises the government to block loopholes in the system, especially in the area of oil theft, the proceeds of which he believes should be enough to meet all of the revenue needs of the government to change the fortune of the Nigerian people. Omo Bazwai, Rise News.